better. So we got that attached. Golly. I think what I might do is we might cut this off and just cap this off and then put this down here, right? That way you got ports here to go into, pressure regulator, whatever you got to do. This down here will get capped off, and then also on this end we have a drain on the bottom. So that'll work out good. But yeah, that's where we're gonna be at. Dude, that is a unit of a fluid right there. Take a look at these rigs. All right, so originally what I was gonna do is see about having Dan TIG this shut, but it might be a little complicated to get 100% airtight, and yeah, you need to be pretty dang good. He says he's not. He is, but he says he's not. So I think I'm just gonna try to find a plug that's this size. Just pop it in there, put some pipe dope on it, pop it in there, call it a day. All right, so because it's raining and just for ease of use, we're gonna try to get this tank into the garage to get it worked on and welded up. Whew, it's gonna be a job. This thing, in case y'all didn't know, is fully stainless, and it is not light. Remember, lock and ease, lift with your back, sharp twisting motions. Not going to be using this stainless because it's thick with 3 C's. That's what I'm talking about. You know where that's going? Nowhere. So the plan for this, as you can see, there's a drain port directly on the bottom. You can see it right there. Plan is to put that directly down, all these ports directly up. We're going to weld the plate mount thing that the compressor and the pump, same thing. Compressor and the motor live on. We're going to weld that up here somewhere. and probably down towards this end. Weld that up with this AHP Alpha TIG 201 XD. Thanks to Dan for letting me borrow that. Fun fact, I don't know how to weld with TIG very well. I got a basic idea of the concept, but I'm not very practiced with it. So this is gonna be fun. I also have a bandsaw here, so if we need to cut some angle, we're also not using the stainless, like I said, because it's way too thick. If you just use regular stuff, paint it up, it'll look nice. Okay, so originally I was going to put the thing that the motor is going to mount to here. Then I can have all my stuff here. But I may end up putting it down here. I don't have a plug yet, and I don't need all 3 ports really. This is the little apparatus that tells the motor, hey, rev up, don't rev up, it's got a blow-off valve. We're going to have a second blow-off valve for the tank itself, which I guess it had 2, so I'm just going to put 2 back on there. I was going to put it here, but I may just put a T in up here. Originally was going to go right here with it, but it's very close to that port, and I don't know how big or tall the cap is going to be. Is that a 9/16? Yes, it is. Sealed. Done. This end, how we looking? Pretty good there. This end, how we looking? I went ahead and scuffed the edges, got them down to bare metal, and then I hit them with a little weld through primer. Will this work right here? Let's see. Where are the holes for this? Oh yeah, we'll be fine. We got a little bit of clearance up underneath it. Okay, so that'll work. We'll just have to get a new one of these made, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Just take it to a hydraulic shop, say, hey, I need one that's like about yay long. Okay, so I'm thinking just right here, because this looks pretty good. It's gonna be solid. I'm gonna say that's good and send it right there. This is just to give me a general idea of where to scuff. Take that off, see right where I need to hit with the grinder. Y'all ready to see me stick some tungsten to stainless about 16 times? Let's just preface this by saying again that I am not a welder. I don't really know how to TIG weld. Okay. Okay, that's a tack. That's in there. Now, I'm probably not going to weld the whole thing completely. There's no point going all the way, so we'll probably just burn like a little bit. Probably just one on each on the end and on the sides, but right now, let's just tack this puppy in. Wow, I'm feeling confident now. This is not good. Dude, that's sweet. I didn't think I could TIG weld. I don't know what any of this does. Dan wrote me a cheat sheet and kind of gave me a basic rundown on it, where to set the gas to, all that kind of stuff. Got me some good rod, but check this out. I tacked this thing on here. That's freaking cool. I want to burn the whole thing in, but we're not going to do it quite yet. We're going to check a few things on this. We'll put the pump on it. We'll put the motor on it. Make sure everything's happy. Then probably flip it over and start working on the wheels up underneath. Okay, there's that. This is going to be kind of floppy for now, but it will live like right here, which is a decent little ways. I mean, we're quarter to half inch off the tank. Which is decent. Let's grab the motor real quick, slap on it, make sure that's going to clear. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, check it out. That's going to work there. I think that'll work real nice. My phone died earlier, so kind of had to regroup a little bit. We got the bandsaw out. Got a sweet bandsaw. Again, thanks to my dad. Pretty much 95% of this project is thanks to my dad. The other 5% is thanks to Dan for letting me borrow his stuff. So the original plan was to put like a piece across here, and then you weld these to it, run your axle across, be real nice and everything. But what I did just now, which I think is probably going to work okay, and I might even tack the axle to it because I think the wheels spin on the axle. I don't think the axle itself spins. I'm going to remove one of these roll pins here, and that way we can put these on the inside like that. But basically what we're going to do is like that. And then we'll put a piece across here to weld these two, weld to the tank, weld these two. So basically what you got is like that, but it'll be inside the roll pins there. And then, big wheel, just keep on turning. So, let's see if that'll sit on top of there nicely and neatly. We also got to see where we're at in the world here. We kind of want to be like up in here somewhere. Check left and right. I'm going to go from the end of the tank, here-ish. 17 5/8 to that, and 17, and that's pretty dang close. We're going to shift it this way just a smidge, just like that. All right, I'm going to mark that because that's level and set and looks nice, and I think that's where we're going to be. So there we go, that's what we got. We're going to get these areas prepped. We're going to prep the angle, tack it in. Because the angle I'm using is not stainless, I'm going ahead and hitting everything that I prep with a little bit of weld-through primer. I will paint all of this, probably not the tank because it's stainless. The filler rod I'm using is stainless, so it shouldn't corrode. But the actual material itself will, so I'll probably end up painting the whole thing. But just in case, in case there's a tight area I can't really get to, once it's welded in there, weld-through primer. We also did that with the top. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not. See what we can do here. Not great. Not great at all. Let's see if I can grease this one for the camera. Probably not, but it'll be all right. That one, yeah, so that's where I tacked it. So I just kind of went up to this and then jumped over, but I didn't get this very well. All right, next part of the plan is we're going to put this little cross piece here. Help brace it up nice. We're just gonna rough cut this, clean it up with the grinder later on. Golly, those welds are hideous. These ones on this side actually ain't too bad, but don't trust me to weld nut. Hey, it's on there though. I mean, that sucker ain't going nowhere. It's really going to be tight once we put this on there. Let's go check out the bandsaw, because I went ahead and cut these pieces and didn't show you all that, so let's go take a gander at that. This old rig right here is a Dayton Tradesman metal cutting bandsaw. I bet you I can. So the blade, when it cuts, it's kind of cutting at an angle like this, and I just seen that I think I need to loosen this up and tilt it a touch. But you know what? That's a project for another day, because what we are doing here is not precise calibrations and calculations. All right, we just chopping metal and hoping for the best. So, cut this puppy on. Let it eat. First, you want to plug your bandsaw in. Then you want to cut it on and let it eat. Okay, we got all the welding done, and it's pretty hideous, to be honest. I got like 2 nice ones in there. 2 nice runs. I welded it up just way more than it needed to be just because I kind of wanted to practice. But it's in there, and the wheels are on, so we're going to try to flip it over. There we go. Golly. Bessie. Oh. I mean, it's working. Them wheels are just screaming for help. I probably can go ahead and buzz this in, honestly. I might do that. Buzz that in how it needs to be, and then we're gonna have to eventually flip it back over to make some feet for this side, which will probably be, we're gonna go just past level with it, probably like that. Hey, she's in there, for better or for worse. I don't know how long these little wheels are gonna last, but get the crap out on me, get some fatties and throw in there. Well, it's been like 6 or 7 months since I've done anything to this tank, and seeing as my other Harbor Freight air compressor decided it wanted to stop on me, we're back on this to see if we can get this up and running properly. I think I have all the fittings I need, and I have a pulley coming for the little gas motor. We're gonna get it and the compressor, or vice versa, get it mounted up on here. I gotta find plugs for these big hammer ports. Then I think we're gonna be good to go. So let's jump on it. Seeing as I haven't worked on this in quite some time, I got to try to figure out where I'm at. Now, I'm going to be using some parts off of an old Cobalt 20 gallon that I had, as well as the 25 gallon Fortress from Harbor Freight. So I had to, the Cobalt technically still worked, but I had to take parts off of it to use on the Harbor Freight Fortress one, which was extremely quieter, much more efficient, really a great compressor until it decided to not be anymore. So I took parts off the Cobalt to put on the Harbor Freight one, Now I'm taking parts off of both of those, put on here. So we've got like multiple things going here. New pulley for the motor. I'm gonna try not to drop this and break it because it's kind of expensive. We got some reducers here because we got a couple holes we have to reduce down. I'm also stealing the regulator assembly off of the Cobalt. It's quarter NPT. It's got the 170 PSI blow off. It's got tank and tool pressure as well as your regulatory valve. So that'll come in handy, save us a bunch of money. I also have the petcock valve, which is somewhere. Yes. Have that off of one of the tanks so we can put underneath it. As you saw earlier, we had this thing adjusted to where hopefully if it's on level ground, it'll be sitting with a slight angle this way, able to drain some water out. Now, this is broke, needs to be replaced, which is kind of a bummer because they're kind of expensive. That's just for painting stuff. That doesn't have to do with anything here. That's irrelevant, I believe. I do have this regulator as well, but its adjuster is not working properly. So probably not use that, but we have one if we need one. I also have a plug for something. Don't know what. Let's start throwing stuff on here, see what happens. What we're going with here today is going to be a half NPT by quarter NPT. Go down this nice half NPT hole here. Make sure she's nice and snug in there. Should be good to go. That doesn't go there. Oh, what do you know, it goes there. There is a sled that goes up under this motor. I gotta put back on. Look at that, it's on there. I'm gonna find that sled that goes on here for adjusting the motor. Oh yeah, babe. That's money, dude. Now for the keen-eyed among you that have been paying attention to this process, unlike myself, you would know that I'm an idiot. Let me show you why. I got a little ahead of myself off camera. Went ahead and bolted the compressor down. Not a big deal, y'all didn't really miss much, but it's compressor's mounted now. The next step is going to be to mount the motor, and we got the motor adjuster plate thing. That's how you adjust your belt tension on this side. You can move it like that. Very nice little C cut out there. Actually, you know, it actually kind of looks cool with the little cut out there. Did a great job of that, if I do say so myself. So, all right, so next up, we're going to get the motor up on there and then figure out how the heck this thing goes on here and mounts into place. Okay, let's see here. Go on here, make sure we scratch the fresh paint. I think we're going to be on these outside set of holes. I think what I'm going to try to do is just get all these kind of in place. Then I'll lift the plate up underneath. See about securing everything in here. It's the back two. I think that's us. I don't want to get this tight, I just want to get this caught. So there's our bolt. Ha-ha, I got it. Get you some, sucker. I pity the fool. Ooh, all right, now we're kind of held in there. Alright, so we have discovered a new issue here, which I don't think is going to be too hard to solve. So we got this is where the inlet goes. It's going to come out this line is currently being made to go here to here, but I think this is going to have to come around to this side because our throttle cable, it's not going to make it. It's just a little too short. No problem in having that here, but the issue is going to be if this hose is going to be long enough to make it over to it. I think we should be good, but let's swap some stuff around and see. So we got the issue of the throttle cable thing sorted out. This is fine over here. Not 100% sure if this hose is going to be able to reach all the way, but we'll see. Went ahead and put the pull rope cover on and I pulled the tank off. I'm going to get a new one of those on the way because that one's kind of raggedy and I don't have a fuel cap. Also, I'm needing see on this side here, I'm needing a muffler. Wherever it is, yeah, right here. Need a muffler on this side, so went ahead and ordered one of those too. As well as some plugs for that guy. All right, that guy over there, which from what I can tell are 2-inch NPT. So we're gonna get this little throttle cable guy hooked up here and then probably gonna get some oil and put in this thing. Lights are still dead because I forgot to charge them last night, but apparently I have some 10W30 oil, which is what little Hondas call for. It's full synthetic, high mileage, so I'm gonna throw it in here. I've been needing to go to the parts store and get some of this so I can fire this rig up. I think this is the last thing I need besides a little bit of fuel, but steal that from the track bike over there. Let's fill her up. Hey, on the side note, come check this out real quick over here. Custom CFC paint job right here. Cal for a 150 Suzuki. Look at that. Look at that. Anyways, back to this. This right here is the main reason that this thing is being built, is to be able to paint stuff better and have more volume, because you got to have a lot of volume when you paint things. All right. Yeah, she's full. All right. Take a little bit out, and then we'll get some fuel. See about firing her up. Choke on. I'm not sure about throttle here. Really don't know about throttle. We're gonna give her a shot. Ready? Oh boy. I'm not real sure on the throttle here. So when I would turn it to choke, I believe this is choked this way. And it would like idle down, start spinning. But you go this way, this baby's like absolute wide open. What? I don't know what that's about. Not real sure there. So I think this is what you call the governor in here. It doesn't appear to be doing anything. It's just wide open. So I may have to blow the fuel tank back off and kind of take a look at that a little bit, see what's happening. But she seems like she runs pretty good. This thing's moving and grooving and pumping. The oil in it I think is pretty decent. Nope, that's gonna need to be changed. But you know, it's whatever. Hey, it runs though, and it is pumping out air, which is a really good sign. So we got a couple things more to do. I'll find some oil for this baby, get it flushed out and changed good, and then we'll try to figure out why this isn't doing governor things. No, should be good to go. After digging into this thing a little bit further and kind of trying a few things, diagnosing some stuff, we did determine the governor is the issue. We tried adjusting it on the outside, you know, setting it up how you're supposed to, but it appears that it's the internal part of the governor's not. It's not doing anything. I'll have my editor throw a picture up of what the governor looks like here. It's not a complicated piece. It doesn't seem to be, at least, and it's not very expensive. I think it's $3 or $4 online. The problem is we have to tear all of this apart and split the case to get in there to it, because it's you know, right in here in the heart of the motor. So there's going to be a part 2 for this. So if you like this video, click the like button down below. If you want to see part 2, go ahead and get subscribed. Hit that bell so you can get notified whenever we post a video, because we're not on a regular schedule at the moment. There may be another video or two come out before part 2 of this gets uploaded, but you know, we're going to continue to work on this. We got more things to do besides just that. We got to get the hose finished and get it made. I got to get an actual real regulator set up here. A couple more plugs we got to do to the tank. We got to pressurize the whole thing and just test it. There's a lot of stuff to do still to see if this thing will actually fill this whole tank and work, and if we can do a paint project with it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, go ahead and hit subscribe down below so we can see you on the next one, and we appreciate you watching. I just hope I don't like roll this thing off the trailer, because that would just, number one, it'd be embarrassing, but number two, I'd have to pick it back up on the trailer, which I don't want to do. Take your paint pen and drag it through this water that's on here. That's fantastic. This is also not a hammer, just in case y'all were wondering. Pull this whole thing. Oh no, not the level. What is in this? Drywall? Dadgummit. What they let me say? Six feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. I don't know where my gloves are at. Dadgummit. This video is gonna be boring. Is this video boring? Are y'all bored? If you're not bored, hit subscribe. Pro filmmaking tip here. Start your recording before you set the camera up. That way everyone can see how much of an idiot you are. Is it standard? What is this crap? Why are we making standard stuff in America? The audacity. Golly, if I got paid $1 for every minute I spent looking for something, tool, part, a piece, I don't think I'd need to work, to be honest with you. If I also had $1 for every time it was, ow, right up on, dadgummit. And if I was a rich man, da 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 da.